Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we got a game in the Celtic for you. What the heck is this? Tier 7 British heavy cruiser, basically a British Baltimore. You can use a British commander, and there's a couple key differences in the ships. I'll highlight those now. The reload on the Celtic, about a second and a half shorter, quicker. But the overall raw damage a little bit lower. So I haven't run the damage per minute numbers. Frankly, I don't care. The main difference is the heal, right? The heal on the Celtic, much more robust. I think it's like 720 per second HP regenerated versus, who knows what the Baltimore is, 300, something like that. And the radar, you actually get an extra 0.9 kilometers on this thing. Okay, so we've highlighted the differences of the ship. If you're interested in buying them, that's all you need to know. You're getting a green colored Baltimore that you can put a British commander on. Not bad. I mean, it's a premium Baltimore. You should be able to make some cash with that. Baltimore, one of the great cruisers in the game. So I'm certainly not disparaging the ship or your eagerness to buy it. Here I am showing you a video, the value of radar cruisers. If the radar cruiser is colored red, you need to kill it. If it's blue, and you're in it in particular, use it wisely. Don't sit parked on the moon or high altitude orbit launching shells. Get the radar in position to ruin the red team's game, because that's what this thing's designed to do. The game's complex at any tier, yes, but the lower tiers, it's basically the dynamic is destroyers capture and control bases, and everybody else supports them, right? That's the game boiled down to its essence at its most basic level. Once the radars appear, now there's a hard counter to said destroyers. And you can throw the carriers in there as well if you want. But radars, here's the demonstration. Jervis, pop the smoke, disengaged. I'm a little cautious right now because I'm still evaluating who can shoot me back there. But we spotted him because I knew people on my team were shooting at him. So I figured, let's get him going. I had the front guns on him. Oh, he's launching single fire torps. Guess what? They're on the indicator. I was stopped when he launched. Move forward a little bit, dodged. All right, do not launch single fire torps on the destroyers unless you're either really good at them, which I would not recommend putting the time in to become that, or if you're point blank range. More follow-up torps. They were once again aimed on the indicator. How did I dodge those? I stopped. Easy to do. Jervis dead. We didn't get the kill for him, but we did get the kill for him. You understand what I'm saying? Or we killed him. He was disengaged until the radar went off. Then myself and my team killed him. All right, that's the power of the radar. We're going to see it one more time, and we're going to kill. We're not going to get credit for killing either destroyer, but we're going to kill both destroyers. Here we're on the base. I'm shooting. I'm like, okay, can I even capture this base? We already got A. We're looking pretty good there. They got C. I mean, the game's relative, you know, it's looking good for blue, but it's still a question of who's going to win this at this point in time. I'm like, all right, let's back up, maybe stop shooting for a second here. You know, I've always the Baltimore and some of these American, or in this case British American heavy cruisers, the shots take a while to get downrange. So I'm like, all right, maybe we can hit some shots there or not, but if we can capture the base as we just did there, that's glorious. Why is that? Well, we got 12 minutes left in the game. And cap that ticks up 3 seconds per minute. I think it's 36 points a minute if I recall. And if we can go 12 minutes with that, that's about 400 points that will be generated through the course of this match, assuming it goes to the duration. How many points is a battleship worth? That's a 100-point swing. So I need to kill 4 battleships to equal the point production of capturing a base early like this. Okay, that should demonstrate to you how powerful capturing bases is and how foolish ignoring them is, right? Because if you're ignoring the bases, especially in domination mode in particular, or epicenter, you can make the same case, your win rate will be 10 points lower than it will be once you start actually playing the objectives, right? If you don't care about winning the games, you're just I like to shoot ships, guns type of player, then who gives a shit? But if you're trying to win the game, which is what this channel's here to try and promote, capture the bases, play the bases. It doesn't matter. If you're not in the destroyer, maybe it's not your job. Look for opportunities like we did here, the cruiser. It's not my primary responsibility to capture bases, but we want to look for opportunities to do so. All right, so we did that. We've already had a hell of a game. We got a destroyer dead. Sure, we shot the chop or whatever that was. That was fine. We did remove a radar in that instance, so that's also a critical play, I suppose, now that I think about it. And we've added a base here, which again, if we can control that, that's hundreds of points going. So this game's already great. And ever since I've killed that Jervis, I've been like, you know what, I'm in the middle of the map early in a cruiser. I might get killed at any moment. I've already done my job, right? I've traded a radar for a destroyer. Here's, you know, here comes another. I think the destroyer's coming yet. He's not quite there yet, but Helena was looking for, there he is on the map, due south. I was looking for opportunities to spank him with that AP. We've already seen how nasty that is. Akatsuki. We just checked the stats there to see the range. We confirmed it's 9-9. We're backing up. He's again disengaged, right? He's safe at the moment. He's squirting through the smoke there, but he's now fully protected by the smoke, at least in terms of spotting. Not with the radar. We had him in range. He's at about 9-5. He's sitting there. He's like, okay, I'm going to plop down, drop the anchor, shoot the guns, and rack up some damage. Not on my watch, Buster. Radar going off, team shooting them. Again, we don't get the kill. Who cares? Both of those destroyers are dead because of the Celtic. You understand that? So now that you understand what the radars can do, if you're learning the game, hopefully you're figuring it out. Now you got to say to yourself, I got to learn what ships have the radars. Starting point, American cruisers, British cruisers, Russian cruisers, or Soviet cruisers, I should say. Those are generally the starting points, but as you gain experience, you're going to want to know what ships have them, and then once you know that, target them. Target them as readily as you will those destroyers, right? The destroyers are here to capture the bases, and we see capturing a base early enough in the game, hundreds of points, far more valuable than sinking multiple battleships. And the radars, the hard counters to that scoring piece. Get rid of them. So we kill the radars as a defensive play, and we protect our destroyers as an offensive play. That is World of Warships boiled down to the essence. Shooting battleships that are parked off 20 miles away, nobody gives a shit. That has no effect on the game. You can see those guys in the 10 line. They've already watched their team lose the game in front of them. They have no bearing on the outcome of the game. Sitting in the back, lobbing shells at guys sitting in the back, lobbing shells at you, does nothing. Kill the radars, kill the destroyers, protect your radars, protect your destroyers, win rate skyrockets. All right. So, last point we're going to make here, we're going to check out the AP on this. Now, I don't have any confirmation, but one of the features of the Baltimore is the enhanced penetration, right? The American heavy cruisers, harder to angle against them, right? You got to be more steeply angled to ricochet those shells. Now, Suzuya, I'm like, okay, we got basically a 1v1 here. I'm starting off AP. He looks like he's going to engage me. There's nothing else over here. So he's going to go nose in on me. I'm going to go nose on him. So I'll switch to HE. He actually switches to AP, which is the opposite. Suzuya, if you're in a ship that shoots HE like the Suzuya, you want to increase the range generally with guys you're fighting 1v1. Ships that shoot AP like this, I want to decrease the range, right? Generally. It becomes more effective. But he's angled here. I can't hit a citadel, certainly, and I can't do a lot of reliable damage, so I move to the HE, waiting, because I know he's going to try and tort me, right? He's got no play left. The game's already lost. He's just trying to get close enough to suicide rush me, tort me, and I'm waiting. As soon as he flashes a little bit aside there, and he's still rather steeply angled there, less than 45 degrees, but we go to the AP, vicious strikes, right? He's going to have a hard time, unless he's pointing right at us, he's going to have a hard time to defending himself. And now he's like, okay, well, now what do I do? And all you're going to do is get blown up because you got no chance against us. So that's a look at the Celtic, but more importantly, radar cruisers. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. Lots of World of Warships coming all the time. Questions, comments, leave them below. Love to hear from you guys, and we'll see you all later. All right, peace.